Did you know that the vitamins you take every day, yes, the ones sitting quietly in your cabinet, might be secretly weakening your legs and slowly stealing your independence? It might sound unbelievable, but it's a reality I've seen far too often in over a decade of working with older adults. People who were once active and strong begin to feel unsteady, hesitant, or just tired. At first, they assume it's aging. But what if that stiffness, that wobble, that growing need to lean on the wall or reach for the banister isn't just a sign of getting older? What if it's coming from a few tiny pills you've been taking faithfully every morning? In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on 3 very common vitamins that could be slowly draining your strength. These aren't obscure or experimental. They're the ones most seniors take daily for energy, heart health, or immune support, often without a second thought. And that's where the danger lies. As our bodies age, they don't process nutrients the same way. The liver slows down, the kidneys become less efficient, and muscles take longer to recover. What was once harmless at 30 can become risky at 65 or 70, especially when taken in high doses or stacked across multiple supplements. Some vitamins, like E and A, are fat-soluble, which means they're stored in your body rather than flushed out. Over time, they can build up and interfere with nerve function, muscle coordination, or even bone density. And others, like B6, although technically water-soluble, can still reach toxic levels when taken excessively for long periods, especially from multiple overlapping sources. I've seen seniors with a little tingling in their toes who ended up with serious nerve damage. I've seen people whose legs gave out not because of age, but because of supplement overload. And most of them never saw it coming. That's why I'm sharing this now, not to scare you, but to empower you. Because knowledge is power, and when you understand what's really happening in your body, you can make choices that protect not only your health, but your freedom, your mobility, and your confidence. If any of this sounds familiar, if your legs have felt weaker, if walking has become more of a chore, or if you've started choosing the elevator over the stairs, not because you want to, but because you feel like you have to, I want you to pause and pay attention. And if this video resonates with you, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Tell us your experience. Have you ever wondered whether a supplement was helping or quietly hurting you? Your story could help someone else realize what's really going on in their body. Because this isn't just about vitamins. It's about independence. It's about being able to walk around the block without fear of falling. It's about rising from your chair with confidence, carrying groceries without fatigue, and feeling steady on your feet, at home, in public, everywhere. The strength in your legs is more than muscle, it's your freedom. And we're not going to let a few misunderstood pills take that away. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 specific vitamins that I believe every senior should be cautious about, based on science, clinical experience, and real-life cases I've witnessed. First, we'll look at a vitamin often touted as an antioxidant miracle, yet it could be silently weakening your muscles and coordination. Then we'll uncover the risks of another that's been marketed as essential for eyesight and immunity, but may actually contribute to brittle bones and fragile legs. And finally, we'll talk about a common energy booster that may numb your feet, disrupt your balance, and chip away at your confidence with every step. Each of these has its place, but only in the right dose and for the right person. If you're over 60, your needs have changed. What helped you before might be hurting you now. So don't go anywhere, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to identify hidden risks in your supplements, what symptoms to watch out for, and what safer alternatives to consider instead. This is about taking back control of your legs, your health, and your independence. Let's get started with the first vitamin on the list, vitamin E, the silent muscle weakener. Vitamin E, the silent muscle weakener. For decades, vitamin E has been hailed as a nutritional hero, a powerful antioxidant promising youthful skin, heart protection, and a shield against aging. It's often found in multivitamins, soft gels, and anti-aging formulas marketed to seniors as a must-have. And because it's labeled a vitamin, most people assume it must be safe. But here's the truth I've come to learn through over 10 years of working with older adults. What once helped you stay vibrant in your 30s and 40s may now be silently working against you. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that are flushed out when your body has enough, vitamin E is fat-soluble. That means it's stored in your liver and fat tissues, accumulating slowly over time. And for seniors, this slow buildup can become dangerous, particularly when daily doses exceed 400 IU, which is surprisingly common in over-the-counter supplements. The body's ability to clear out excess nutrients declines with age. What used to be a boost can quietly tip into overload. I've seen it happen more times than I can count. A patient comes in, saying they feel a bit off. They're having trouble getting up from a chair. Their legs feel weaker. They're more tired after walking around the store or climbing a few stairs. At first glance, it looks like normal aging. But when we dig deeper, we find they've been taking vitamin E, sometimes in multiple products, without realizing the cumulative dose has crossed the safe threshold. And what's happening inside? Their neuromuscular coordination is being disrupted. Vitamin E, in excess, interferes with how your nerves and muscles communicate. It's like having static in the signal between your brain and your legs. That slight wobble when you pivot quickly? That fatigue in your hips after standing too long? Those moments of hesitation at the top of the stairs? They may not be just age. They may be the result of something you thought was protecting you. But that's not all. There's a second, equally serious risk that too few people talk about. Vitamin E thins your blood. This isn't always a problem on its own, but when combined with medications like aspirin, Plavix, or warfarin, the result can be dangerous. I've worked with seniors who suffered bruising, internal bleeding, and even emergency hospital visits following minor falls, all because their blood was too thin to clot properly. And what's heartbreaking is that no one had ever warned them about the interaction between their supplement and their medication. So how do you know if this is happening to you? It often starts subtly. Feeling unsteady on your feet. Mild fatigue in your legs after short activities. Taking longer to rise from a seated position. Choosing the elevator even when you didn't used to. Noticing more bruises than usual. Individually, these things seem small. Together, they can point to a pattern, a slow decline in strength and stability. And that decline can steal something far more important than just physical ability. It can rob you of your confidence, your freedom, and your independence. But here's the good news. You have the power to take control. Start by reviewing everything you're taking. Don't just look at your vitamin E bottle. Check your multivitamin, your memory booster, your skin supplements. Add up the total IU. Many seniors are unknowingly consuming double or triple the recommended amount. Then, bring your list to your doctor or pharmacist, especially if you're taking blood thinners or other medications. Ask, do I still need this? Is it safe for me at this stage of life? You may find that your daily ritual isn't serving you anymore, and that's okay. We evolve. Our needs change. And if you do need vitamin E, consider shifting to food-based sources. Nature built in safeguards that pills simply don't have. Almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, avocado. These foods provide vitamin E in balanced amounts your body can handle. They come with fiber, minerals, and antioxidants that work together, a natural formula your body understands. I've seen patients who made these changes and felt stronger, more balanced, more alive within weeks. Because when you remove the quiet saboteur, your body can finally begin to restore itself. So let me ask you now, is the vitamin E you take every day helping you live longer, or is it making it harder to live well? Your legs aren't just for walking. They carry your confidence, your freedom, your ability to say yes to life. Let's protect them. And if vitamin E, the so-called miracle vitamin, can silently weaken your muscles, what about the vitamin that hides in your breakfast cereal and fortified foods and drains both your bones and your strength from the inside out? Let's talk about vitamin A. Vitamin A, the bone and muscle drainer. If vitamin E slowly weakens your muscles, then vitamin A might be draining your bones and legs from the inside out. And the most concerning part is, it does it quietly. Vitamin A has long been considered essential, especially for seniors. It's the go-to nutrient for sharp vision, strong immunity, and healthy skin. You'll find it in multivitamins, cod liver oil, fortified cereals, and even nostalgic remedies passed down through generations. It sounds like something you should be taking, right? But here's the problem. Like vitamin E, vitamin A is fat-soluble. It doesn't get flushed out with urine like vitamin C or B-complex vitamins. Instead, it builds up gradually in your liver and soft tissues. And in older adults, whose liver function naturally slows with age, this accumulation can quietly cross into toxic territory without warning. I once worked with a senior woman in her late 60s who came in complaining of chronic fatigue and a heaviness in her legs. She had no fractures, no diabetes, and no recent changes in medication. But she was taking a multivitamin, cod liver oil, and a fortified breakfast cereal every morning, all of which contained preformed vitamin A, also known as retinol. Her total daily intake? Well over the recommended safe limit. And her symptoms? They weren't just fatigue. They were signs of gradual bone thinning and muscle weakening linked directly to long-term vitamin A excess. What many people don't realize is that high levels of vitamin A have been linked to reduced bone mineral density, particularly in weight-bearing bones like the hips and legs. For seniors, even a slight decrease in bone strength can turn a harmless stumble into a life-altering fracture. And when it affects the legs, it's not just your bones at risk. Your ability to stand, walk, and stay independent is on the line. But it doesn't stop at the skeleton. Too much vitamin A has also been shown to damage muscle tissue, particularly the supportive muscles around the hips and thighs. You may start feeling soreness after just a short walk, or fatigue after standing for only a few minutes. The legs feel heavier, less responsive. And because these symptoms develop gradually, they're easy to write off as just getting older. But I can tell you, they're not always caused by age. Sometimes, they're caused by excess nutrition. And the tricky part? Vitamin A toxicity doesn't always show up in blood tests unless you're specifically looking for it. It doesn't scream. It whispers, through joint aches, reduced stamina, and a quiet erosion of your daily mobility. So how do you know if you're at risk? Ask yourself. Are you taking a multivitamin and cod liver oil? Are you eating fortified foods like cereal or dairy every day? Do you enjoy liver or organ meats frequently? Have you noticed nagging aches in your hips or upper legs? Are stairs becoming more intimidating than they used to be? These may seem like separate issues, but together they paint a bigger picture, one of chronic vitamin A overload. The good news is you don't need to eliminate vitamin A completely. It's still vital for your health. But the form and amount matter more than ever. Here's what I recommend. Instead of relying on preformed vitamin A, retinol, from animal-based supplements, consider switching to beta-carotene, the plant-based version found in colorful vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and kale. Your body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A only as needed, meaning there's no risk of toxic buildup. It's like a natural safety switch built into your food. Next, audit your total intake. Add up the vitamin A content from all your supplements and fortified foods. You may be surprised how quickly it adds up. Then, bring your list to your doctor. Ask for a nutrient panel that includes vitamin A. Not all blood tests include this by default. And most importantly, don't wait for a fracture to force the conversation. I've seen patients who made small adjustments, cutting back on supplements, shifting toward whole foods, and noticed improved energy, less muscle soreness, and greater leg confidence within a few weeks. Because when your legs feel strong, you feel capable. You move more. You engage more. And you live more. So ask yourself honestly, is your vitamin A intake protecting your health or quietly weakening the very foundation you stand on? And if this so-called vision vitamin can undermine your bones and muscles, what about the vitamin marketed as a brain and energy booster, one that might actually be damaging the nerves in your legs, making your feet go numb, and disturbing your balance? Let's talk about vitamin B6. Vitamin B6, the nerve damager. Of all the vitamins we've talked about so far, vitamin B6 is the one that surprises people the most because it's often marketed as harmless. It's water-soluble, it supports brain function, and it's found in everything from memory supplements to mood boosters to daily multivitamins. It's promoted as a feel-good nutrient. And for the most part, it is, until it isn't. Here's what most people don't realize. Even though vitamin B6 is water-soluble, it can still become toxic when consumed in high doses over time. And for older adults, this can have devastating consequences, particularly on the nerves in your legs and feet. In my years of practice, I've seen seniors come in with tingling in their toes, numbness in their feet, or a strange dead leg feeling that they can't quite explain. At first, they assume it's poor circulation, arthritis, or just part of getting older. But when we review their supplements, we often discover a hidden pattern. Too much B6, sometimes spread across multiple products. A multivitamin with 40 milligrams, an energy support capsule with another 50 milligrams, a memory booster with 30 more. Altogether, they're getting double or even triple the safe daily limit without realizing it. And the consequences? Peripheral neuropathy. That's the clinical term for nerve damage that affects the extremities, starting in the toes and fingers, then creeping up into the legs and hands. It begins quietly, a little numbness here, a light tingling there. But over time, it can progress into something far more serious. You might find your balance slipping. Your feet don't land quite right. You start tripping over nothing. Stairs become intimidating. And you begin to fear falling, not because you're weak, but because you've lost confidence in your footing. It's not just physical, it's emotional. I've had patients who used to walk to the market, tend their garden, or play with their grandkids suddenly withdraw from daily life, not from illness or old age, but because their legs no longer feel right. And when they finally connect the dots, The shock is overwhelming. How could a vitamin do this? They ask. But the truth is, B6 toxicity is real and often overlooked. So, how much is too much? For adults over 50, the recommended daily intake of vitamin B6 is 1.5 to 1.7 milligrams. The upper safe limit is 100 milligrams per day. But many supplements contain far more than that, especially when you add them together. And the longer you've been taking them, the greater the risk. What's more troubling is that nerve damage from B6 toxicity isn't always reversible. Some people stop taking the supplement and improve. Others are left with permanent numbness or weakness. That's a heavy price to pay for something you thought was natural and safe. So here's what you can do to protect yourself. Magnifying glass Stiltidrite Step 1. Check all your labels. Vitamin B6 hides in more places than you think. Energy pills, memory blends, multivitamins, even protein shakes. Add up the total dose. Man Health Worker Step 2. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Bring your supplement list. Yes, all of it. Mention any unusual sensations in your legs, balance issues, or fatigue. Test tube Step 3. Request a B6 blood test. This isn't included in standard panels, so you'll need to ask specifically. Knowing your actual levels can be a game changer. Green salad Step 4. Get your B6 from real food. Bananas, chickpeas, avocados, salmon, and turkey all provide safe, natural sources of vitamin B6. And your body knows how to regulate nutrients from food much better than it does from pills. And perhaps most importantly, person walking Step 5. Listen to your body. That odd feeling in your legs? That tingling you brushed off last week? Those are signals, not just symptoms. Your body is trying to speak to you. The question is, are you listening? Because the truth is, your legs aren't just your transportation. They're your connection to the world. They carry you toward your family, your community, your purpose. When they become unreliable, it's not just mobility you lose, it's your freedom. So now that you know, ask yourself, is that memory pill or energy boost worth the risk of losing your confidence, your balance, and your strength? The good news? It's never too late to course correct. With a few small changes, awareness, food-first nutrition, and expert guidance, you can protect your nerves, restore your strength, and keep living life on your terms. And if vitamin B6, a vitamin we associate with mental clarity and energy, can damage your legs from the inside out, then maybe it's time we ask, what else in our daily routines is quietly weakening our legs without us even realizing it? Let's talk about something even more common than any supplement. Something almost all of us do, every single day. And it might be harming your legs more than any vitamin ever could. Let's talk about inactivity. Now that you've seen how something as small as a daily vitamin can quietly chip away at your strength, the next question becomes the most important one. What can you do, right now, to protect your legs, your mobility, and your freedom? The answer isn't about fear or guilt. It's about clarity. About becoming intentional with your choices and knowing that small adjustments today can make all the difference tomorrow. Over the past decade working with older adults, I've watched lives transform, not through dramatic interventions, but through 5 simple steps that anyone can take. Step 1 is to audit every supplement you're taking. Don't just look at your vitamin E or B6 bottle. Review everything. Your multivitamin, your energy boost pill, your memory enhancer, your fortified drinks. These products often overlap in ingredients, and it's incredibly easy to consume more than you realize. Step 2 is to calculate your total daily intake. This isn't guesswork. Look at the numbers. Are you taking more than 400 IU of vitamin E? More than 100 milligrams of B6? Too much retinol-based vitamin A from multiple sources? Add them up. Then, and this is critical, bring your list to your doctor or pharmacist. Let them help you interpret what's safe for your age, your medications, and your overall health. Step 3 is choosing the right doctor. Not all providers specialize in the needs of aging adults. If you can, speak with a geriatrician or a healthcare professional who understands how nutrient absorption and liver function change with age. These professionals are trained to catch early signs of supplement-related complications before they become disabling. Step 4. Ask for a comprehensive nutrient panel. Don't assume your yearly blood work tells the full story. It likely doesn't. Vitamin E, A, and B6 levels are often excluded unless specifically requested. But seeing those numbers can be the difference between guessing and knowing. And when you know where you stand, you can take back control with confidence. Finally, Step 5. Shift your mindset from pills first to food first. Your body was designed to absorb nutrients from nature, not factories. Vitamin A from colorful vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes. Vitamin E from spinach, sunflower seeds, and avocado. B6 from bananas, chickpeas, and salmon. Whole foods contain built-in balance, fiber, enzymes, antioxidants that no supplement can replicate. Supplements can help, yes, but only when used with purpose, not habit. And even if you get everything else right, your vitamins, your tests, your dosages, there's one more key element you cannot ignore: movement. Your muscles were made to be used. Your bones get stronger when challenged, and your nerves stay sharp when your body stays active. So make movement part of your medicine. Walk around the room every hour. Lift your legs while seated. Stretch, sway, reach, whatever your body allows. Every bit counts. Because the strength of your legs isn't just physical, it's deeply personal. It represents your independence, your dignity, your ability to live life on your terms. I've seen what happens when people wait too long. When they ignore the fatigue, brush off the imbalance, and think it's just age. Then one day, a fall happens, or they simply stop moving altogether. Don't wait for that moment. You now have the knowledge. You have the tools. Use them. Review your supplements. Ask better questions. And most of all, listen to your body. It's been trying to tell you something. This is your chance to protect the very foundation that carries you through life. Strong legs carry strong people, and strong people take action. Coming up next, we'll look at one more hidden threat that can weaken your legs even faster than vitamin overload. And the worst part is, it's something we all do every day without even thinking. Let's talk about the true silent saboteur: inactivity. Let me speak to you now, not as a doctor, not as an expert, but as someone who's been around long enough to see how the smallest habits can shape the biggest outcomes. Over the years, I've sat across from countless men and women who looked me in the eye and said, "I thought I was doing the right thing." They took their vitamins, followed the labels, trusted the ads. They thought more was better. They believed that staying healthy meant staying on top of every pill the bottle claimed was essential. But slowly, quietly, something changed. The walk across the room took longer. Getting out of a chair required a hand or a push. A single stare became a hesitation. And the worst part? No one warned them that what they were taking in the name of health might be quietly working against them. And I understand that feeling, the confusion, the frustration, even the shame. You spent your life taking care of others. You followed the rules. You did your best. But now, your body is telling you something doesn't feel right. And it's not your fault. Here's what I want you to know. You're not weak. You're not just getting old. You are wise. You are capable. And you still have choices. Getting older doesn't mean giving up your strength. It means being smarter with it. And if no one has told you this yet, let me be the first. You have the power to protect your legs, your balance, and your freedom. Starting today. You've learned a lot in this video. You've seen how too much of even the right vitamins, like E, A, and B6, can quietly erode your strength. You've learned how to audit your supplements, test your levels, move your body, and return to the basics of real food and smart choices. But more than that, you've reclaimed something even more valuable: awareness. Because what you do next is what really matters. So take a moment, right now, and ask yourself, is what I'm doing each day helping me stand tall, or slowly wearing me down? If you're not sure, ask. If something feels off, listen. And if you felt a shift in your strength, in your confidence, or in your legs, don't ignore it. You've walked too far in life to lose your footing now. And I promise you this: it's never too late to change course. It's never too late to take back control. And it's never too late to feel strong again. If you found this video helpful, please take a second to click the like button. Leave a comment and let us know what part of this video surprised you the most. Have you experienced any of the symptoms we discussed? Your story could help someone else catch something early. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. We're building a community here for seniors who want not just to live longer, but to live stronger. Because in the end, your legs aren't just your foundation. They're your freedom, your dignity. And you deserve to move through life steady, confident, and proud of every step.